How's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Vegan Quest. On today's show, we have a very special guest from Baltimore, Maryland. She spent several years in Montana as a vegan chef, and today she's going to come on and teach us how to make a vegan jackfruit Reuben. Not to be confused with Andy Reuben, who's a friend of mine. He's also a vegan, and he's a Reuben. Anyway, without further ado, let's introduce Amelia Lang. How's it going, Amelia?
It's going pretty well. So
you're gonna teach us how to make a jackfruit Reuben today. That's a good dish for a substitution of what?
basically, I use jackfruit a lot if I want to simulate like the sort of shredded style of like pulled pork or carnitas or barbaresco. Like you can really give it that braised texture, which I like about it, and it's something that would appeal to vegans that can't have soy. I know a lot of vegans that are like, well, I can't have tofu, I can't have tempeh, and
or gluten.
Or gluten, so you can't do the seitan thing because they're like, oh, I have celiac, it'll kill me instantly. So I'm like, this is something that most people don't have any sort of intolerance for, and so that's why I've been using that more in vegan cooking, because it can be pretty versatile, you know, quesadillas, yada yada. So
Sure.
yada yada yada. So basically what I do is I make sort of a brine like you would for corned beef, only instead of like a sliceable brisket, you have like a fork tender brisket. So I basically
amazing.
start with a little bit of water. We would just take this, and you want to have I guess you'd have like the heat probably medium to like mid-high, and then you start with like 1 1/3 cups of water, and then you want to do about a 1/2 cup of beet juice, and this is what gives it that sort of reddish color that you're used to.
I've never cooked with beet juice before.
Yeah,
Like
it doesn't really.
Like beetle juice, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's similar.
Not beetle juice, it's vegan.
Like it's similar to those insect shells they use in Good and Plenty. You know that they use that to color. Yeah. Don't do that. Use beet juice instead. It's much friendlier on our insectivorous friends, but it doesn't really impart any flavor at this point. Like a lot of beets, if you use a lot of it, it's earthy, but this is just mostly a coloring agent because, like, corned beef is pink.
Sure.
And so usually they use saltpeter for that, which, as we all know, they use to chemically castrate sailors at sea. They make them take saltpeter. And saltpeter.
Huh.
You can get it at a pharmacy. So, if you have an unruly son, get some saltpeter. It's also great for corned beef.
They take a bath in Epsom salt? Is that the same thing, saltpeter?
It's not quite,
No.
actually not quite the same thing, but similar. But it gives it that tickled pink look, which we all are looking for with corned beef. And since jackfruit is notoriously yellow, I like to add a good amount of beet juice, and then about 1/8 cup of apple cider vinegar, which.
Well, that's good for a lot of different health things, isn't it? If it's for cleansing your palate.
Yeah, like it's part of the sort of, master cleanse thing.
Right.
Or it just flushes it all out. Take a shot a day.
Right.
Do you take a shot a day?
No, I don't, but a lot of people told me that that's good for your immune system. I don't know about the autoimmune system.
But it's good.
Okay.
Well, there's a lot of enzymes in it. I also like the taste of it because I love...
What is an enzyme?
It's basically something that breaks down proteins, I think. So you're just sort of dissolving or... No, I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'm saying.
An essential amino acid, right?
Yeah, basically. Like,
don't take any of my advice. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Well...
So anyway, what did you do in Montana? That's the only thing I know about Montana is there's no speed limit. Right? Is that true?
There should be, because there's a lot of wildlife crossings there, and people.
True.
I've seen some elk and bison kind of creamed on the highway, which is not good. But like when I was out there, I was working with the Buffalo Field campaign, and they basically were a nonprofit organization that did, they were a media-based campaign that were trying to let the public be aware of what certain government agencies were doing to these animals that were trying to get to their calving grounds outside the park, and they would push them back into the park, and they were using federal tax dollars to do all that, so it's actually quite harmful to the land and the bison themselves. So that's what
good.
I was out there.
That's good work that you did.
The next ingredient is tamari.
Oh, tamari, yeah.
Tamari, which we're
What is
all
that?
familiar with, right?
No, actually.
Okay,
but
tamari is actually, it's a soy sauce, but it's a gluten-free soy sauce. So I use this as like, but it's the same idea. But
I love a
there's
good
like
soy sauce.
there's no weediness to it. So you don't have to worry about killing any of your friends with celiac, which, you know, that's always fun to not kill your friends.
You know, a lot of big words that kill friends.
Yeah, just don't look in my crawl space.
Oh.
No. Okay, the last ingredient is pickling spice. It's about 2 tablespoons of pickling spice. It's like a mixture of juniper, bay leaf, mustard seed, red pepper flake, coriander, and this is what really makes it taste like corned beef.
Oh,
because like
it smells so good too.
Yeah, it's pretty fragrant.
What did you put in that?
Oh yeah.
So you just add it to the mix? And
yeah,
then,
you just add it to the mix, and then you just.
Is it safe to eat those little beads?
I would usually strain them out to, you know, it's like it's not gonna hurt you, but it'll offer some fun textures if you're like. I mean, if you enjoy eating oak leaves or hard seeds, then look no further. But yeah, it's it's probably not the best texturally, but it really gives the flavor that you're looking for corned beef. So
Probably tastes better than the saltpeter, right?
yeah. And it doesn't have such a dastardly effect. But here we have the this here is about 2 cans, about like I guess 2 8-ounce cans of jackfruit that I've sliced, and that just goes right into
Straight into it.
the mix.
And you call this brining? What is brining?
A brine is like similar to a marinade. I mean, like, I guess this would technically be a marinade because, like, the difference between a marinade and a brine is, like, a brine is usually like water, salt, sugar, and then a marinade you add acid to. And this does have like a little bit of acid, what with the apple cider vinegar, so I guess it's technically a marinade, which coincidentally I think comes from like the Italian for dunk in the sea, I think.
Oh.
But yeah, you like let that simmer for like, I guess a half hour and really let it soak up that pinkiness.
Okay, we'll let it soak for about a half an hour and get that pinkiness, and then we'll be right back. All right, it's been about 15 minutes, and we're smearing on the marinade, and we're marinating the marinade, and we're back. How's it going?
Well, so far it's looking good. It's looking pink. And so this would be the portion in which we make the Thousand Island dressing. It tastes kind of like a Thousand Islands in your mouth all at once, which is relatively exciting. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually mince some garlic, or I'll show you how to mince garlic or attempt to do that for the recipe. So we're going to just smash it real quick.
I never knew how to do that little trick.
Yeah, just have a lot of anger. And then you just
crush the garlic.
Exactly. And then just a rough chop real quick. And oh, son of a... No, I'm fine.
Look at that.
Okay, we're fine. We're fine. But this is how you basically mince the... You would just need 1 clove for this recipe, so that's just a little demo of me just running it through roughly.
Perfect.
But Let's just get all that there we go. For the dressing, and hopefully I don't have a bunch of garlic in my hair, but for the dressing we need about a cup of vegan mayonnaise. Whatever your favorite is. I don't know if some people like Vegenaise, some people like Earth Balance, some people like Sir Kensington, some people make their own out of chickpea liquid or whatever, or cashew dust. Start with that. So you add about a cup of your favorite vegan mayonnaise, and then about 2 tablespoons of ketchup, or ketchup, whatever.
You say catsup, I say ketchup.
And that's a good ratio of fat to not fat. And then about 2 tablespoons of relish. I use dill relish. Some people like sweet relish. They are monsters. But yeah, whatever you want to use, that's fine. Speaking of sweet, 2 tablespoons of maple syrup.
Oh.
And then the aforementioned
Garlic.
That goes right in. And then just stir that bad boy together. And that's how you make a nice vegan Thousand Island or 100,000 pyramid, whatever. Either way,
Does it taste like Big Mac sauce?
Yeah, that's what you're going for.
For the new vegans that are missing out on their McDonald's.
It's like if you're
addiction.
sitting home at night and you're just kind of like, God, I miss those like smothered patties. You can just drink this with a straw and simulate the experience on top of a drink coaster. It's that good. It's that good. So that's good to go.
Okay, Amelia, now we're going to prepare the sandwich. We're going to put it together?
Yep, this is the assembly part.
Right.
Okay, so...
If you need any help, I'll be part of your assembly line.
Okay, perfect. I will take care of this side, and you can take care of that side.
Okay.
I basically start with, I don't know, some sort of generous helping of the dressing.
We're not making Big Macs.
Yeah, it makes a nice barrier, the fat barrier, to keep the liquid from kind of seeping into the bread too much.
And you pre-toasted the bread, right? So you give it a little bit of a toast first?
Yeah, I kind of stuck it under the broiler to give it a little bit more substance, because it's going to be taking a lot of wet ingredients on.
I'll hold this for you.
Okay, and I didn't want it to completely fall apart, so this will give it a little bit more backbone, so to speak. And then
that smells so good. It smells what is that spice called that's in there?
a lot of it's the juniper and the allspice, but there's also cinnamon and what is it? Cardamom, mustard seed. There's so much stuff in there. You're getting a lot of different aromas at once.
Smells so good.
But then I put on, I guess, I don't know how much you like kraut, but
kraut. I love kraut.
If you are yourself a kraut, I see a juniper berry that went rogue. That's fine. Put your dentist to work. Then we just kind of get those bad boys on there.
Are those juniper berries, are they very hard like grape nuts cereal?
I don't think anything's as hard as grape nut cereal.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah, yeah. You're like, all right, cool. It's like gravel, but harder. Yeah, that's what I really enjoy about grape nut cereal. That's why when my parents were like, you want grape nuts? I'm like, nah, I enjoy teeth. But
you have to let them soak for quite a while.
Yeah. And even then, I just noticed that as a kid. I'm like, even when I let it soak in milk forever, I was just like, really? Yes. It's still crunchy. It's been 3 days. But yeah, I put a slice of whatever brand of...
we have Daya, right?
Yeah, we've got the Daya. There's Swiss style, because traditionally Swiss goes on a Reuben, but in a pinch I have used sliced avocado just to get that creamy
good idea, actually.
Quality.
Yeah.
So that works too. And then basically after this part's done, stick it under the broiler until the cheese gets melty.
All right.
And then that's... Just stick that bad boy right there. Skaboosh. So it's been about 3 minutes under the broiler, and basically it should be toasty looking and ready to consume. All right. So we'll take this puppy out of there. Boom. That's the stuff. And now, the moment of truth. Okay, we're just gonna put it right on top like that. There we go. Yay!
All right, nice.
It's assembled. And there it is, a Vegan Reuben.
And there you go, guys. Easy to make at home, easy to make at a friend's house. And in fact, I'm going to call my friend Andy Reuben and make a vegan jackfruit Reuben at his house. Why don't we get somebody to taste test this thing?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go out into the street and find somebody, and we'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. We found somebody on the street, actually in the Belfry. His name is Bradley, and he's here to try our vegan jackfruit Reuben sandwich.
Thanks for calling me in. It's pretty cold out up in the Belfry tonight. Now, I have to tell you that I don't like Reuben sandwiches.
All right, well.
Which is what? Reuben? Well, no, it's a test then.
Okay.
This is a test. Reubens are corned beef, right?
True.
Right.
Traditionally.
So now this is the vegan version.
Yes.
Right.
So no beef, oddly. Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I don't know if I'm ready. But
Drum roll.
I have no rhythm.
Wow, it's juicy.
You like it?
Yeah. As I said, I don't like corned beef sandwiches.
Well, this is a Montana corned beef, but not beef, right?
There's no bison in here?
I came up with it in Baltimore, actually.
Oh, it's a Baltimore dish, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
There's no bison in here.
No bison.
No.
Just don't bite into one of those pellets.
Pellets? Rabbit pellet? What?
Actually, I don't know what those pellets were, but they were in the spice.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, the
yeah.
juniper berries. Yeah, you don't want to chomp into one of those.
A lot of flavor in there.
Thank you.
Well, that's Amelia Lang right there, everybody.
Thank
And-
you, Amelia.
Oh, sure.
From the Belfry, we have
was
Bradley.
hungry.
Glad I got you
And
a
cold.
Reuben.
Thank you, Bradley. Thank you,
You're
Amelia.
welcome.
Thank you, everybody. And thank you for watching Vegan Quest.
Bon appetit.